You know those women who somehow always seem to end up exactly where they wanted to be? Better jobs, better relationships, better opportunities. Everyone says they're lucky. I don't think they're lucky at all. I think they understand something most people never do. They don't spend their lives trying to convince the world to choose them. They become impossible to ignore. That's a completely different game. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Because the women who always get what they want aren't walking around casting spells. They're just making decisions from a completely different psychological operating system. Most people negotiate against themselves before anyone else even gets the chance. They assume they'll be rejected, so they ask for less. They assume they'll fail, so they don't try. They assume they're asking for too much, so they shrink the request before it ever leaves their mouth. It's fascinating. Half the rejection people experience is self-inflicted. Meanwhile, the woman who keeps winning simply lets reality answer the question instead of answering it herself. She applies, she asks, she leaves the room for someone else to say no instead of doing it on their behalf. That alone changes everything. Here's another thing I've noticed. Women who get what they want are incredibly difficult to manipulate because they don't confuse attention with opportunity. Someone texting you all day isn't automatically investing in you. Someone complimenting you isn't automatically respecting you. Someone promising you the future isn't automatically building one with you. They're constantly separating words from evidence. That's emotional intelligence. And emotional intelligence is one of the highest return investments you'll ever make because your life becomes based on patterns instead of potential. You stop dating promises. You stop buying dreams. You stop falling in love with who someone could become. You respond to reality. Reality is so much less dramatic and so much more rewarding. They also don't make every decision from today's emotions. I think this is where people lose years of their lives. You feel lonely today, so you text the person you already knew wasn't good for you. You feel insecure today, so you buy things you don't even like. You feel behind today, so you abandon the plan that would have worked 6 months from now. The women who consistently get what they want ask a different question. They ask, will the version of me 3 months from now thank me for this decision? That question has saved me more than motivation ever could, because motivation disappears, identity doesn't. And the funny thing is, these women don't actually need everything to go their way. They recover faster when it doesn't. That's the secret nobody talks about. Resilience looks like luck from the outside. Someone gets rejected and applies somewhere else. Someone gets dumped and upgrades their standards instead of chasing closure. Someone loses an opportunity and immediately starts looking for a better one. People call them unstoppable. They're not unstoppable. They're just not emotionally attached to one specific outcome. They trust themselves more than they trust circumstances. That is such a powerful way to live. I also think they protect their attention like it's money because, honestly, it is. Every hour you spend obsessing over someone who isn't choosing you is an hour you didn't spend becoming someone you're obsessed with. Every conversation replaying imaginary arguments is energy that could have gone into learning something, building something, resting, laughing with your friends, or simply enjoying your own company. Your attention compounds exactly like money does. Invest it well, and your life becomes expensive in the best possible way. Waste it carelessly, and one day you'll wonder where all your years went. The biggest difference, though, they genuinely believe they'll be okay. Not because life always works out perfectly, it doesn't, but because they've collected enough evidence that they can handle discomfort, disappointment, and change. They don't need guarantees before they move. They just need trust in themselves. And confidence built on self-trust is so much quieter than confidence built on validation. It doesn't need to announce itself. It just keeps showing up. So if you've ever looked at another woman and thought, why does she always get everything she wants? Maybe ask a better question. What beliefs is she carrying that you're not? What standards is she protecting that you abandoned? What decisions is she making that your fear keeps talking you out of? Because the women who keep winning aren't playing a different game. They're just refusing to play against themselves anymore. Love you no matter what.